What's good, y'all? I am Matty Ice, your favorite low budget video producer. And this is a subject that I find very interesting, and my son especially finds very interesting. He's really into like the history of video games. So he's only 8 years old. So he just finds the history of the video games very fascinating and kind of like the history that I lived through. Like I lived through like the early gaming. I'm sure my fellow 30 year olds, my early 90s babies can attest. Um, like the early gaming was way different than it is now, definitely. So these are the best video games ever, and I talk to him about this all the time, and he's very interested. Like I always try to tell him I don't think he gets like the impact of these games. This list for me, these aren't even my personal favorites. These are just from like honestly just sitting and being an avid gamer and just being a game lover in general. Like these are like the games. I think top 5 games that I think just had the biggest impact when they came out. Just changed everything. Um, and these are the best video games ever. Honorable mention: World of Warcraft. I forgot to include World of Warcraft in here. I make low budget videos, and these are very passionate videos, and often I forget key facts. But I forgot World of Warcraft. I think when World of Warcraft came out, that game changed so much for every other game. I think that game was highly influential. And again, not my favorite game ever, but man, I was actually making the way I played the game was hilarious. But man, anyways, these are the best video games ever, y'all. Number one, Zelda Ocarina of Time, yo. Um, Now this is back in the day where video games were hard. I don't think the youngins don't understand. Sometimes you just didn't beat games. Like don't like DK64. Sometimes you just didn't beat games, no matter how hard you tried. Sometimes you just didn't win. Like Sonic, the early Sonic 2. Sometimes you just didn't win the games. Now this game was beatable. I had a player's guide, but it was hard, right? This is a hard game. This is a hard game to beat without a player's guide or some type of assistance. I think so, definitely. Um, but man, this game. Now I know you might have seen my other video where I talked about Battle Strikers, and I felt like that was the most underwhelming game I've ever played. This game, you look at the time period and the time frame it was released, it's just unreal, man. Absolutely incredible. Like this game is still playable today, but man, the story, the characters, the locations, the action, the fear. This is back in the day. Back in the day, games used to scare people. There's parts in this game that were scary. And this is like a rated E for everybody. There's parts in this game that are scary. Definitely. This game is something else, man. I almost get goosebumps just thinking about it. I played through this with my brother. It's one of the best memories I have growing up. Like, just the experience of playing this game. This game is something else, man. I just like, man, if you haven't played Zelda Ocarina of Time, like, I feel like you can't call yourself a gamer. Like, straight up. I can't say, I sound like the old vet saying that, but I play some new games too. I done played Minecraft. I done played Roblox. I done played. Um, I got kids. But anyways, yeah, yo, this is a game, shouted. This is a game, bro. Like this is for me is a 10 out of 10 game. Absolutely no flaws with this game. If someone gave me this, like, bro, I don't know how anyone could seriously play this and start critiquing it. Like this game, like you could probably say the graphics aren't as good as they are now, but it's like, bro, no games during that time frame had better graphics. Like this game is just sensational. I just can't even say enough. But let's move on to this next one. Breath of the Wild. Now I do like Zelda games, and my list. I don't think this is biased. Like I said, this is just reminds me of Impact. It was the biggest thing, just impacting the vibe at the time. Kind of like right now. I don't know what game is most probably like Harry Potter Hogwarts game. Like kind of like the impact of that game and how people felt about it and how it just kind of took over the market. These games I felt like were even stronger than that. But anyways, Ocarina of Time when that came out, that was just like unbelievable. Breath of the Wild. Now this is a great game. I think Ocarina of Time's a little bit better, but man, this is the best game I played on the Switch, Nintendo Switch. This is probably the best game I played in the last 2 years. Um, I just think this is just a phenomenal game. Again, much like Ocarina of Time, it's hard to say anything is wrong about the game. I do personally think the dungeons in Ocarina of Time are better than the ones in this one. I will say that. But I really like the weapon system in this one better, and like just the open world. I think the open world's a little bit neater, better. Probably enemies. Um, this is a great game, man. If you haven't played Breath of the Wild, my brother hasn't. It's the saddest thing because he doesn't have a Switch. But man, if I could had $500 to spare, I would give him a Switch in this game. I just feel like if you haven't played this game, he's a huge Zelda fan. If you haven't played this game, just I don't even know what to say. Like I said, you got to give it like this is just like a can't miss game. Um, okay, so now we're winding the clock back. You know, Halo. I don't care who you are. If you were '90s baby, you can't tell me that this was not the biggest game. And I don't even like Halo. I don't even like Halo. I think the game is too unrealistic. I don't like games that are too unrealistic. But like Halo, man, when that thing first came out and it was online, bruh, that this is the first great online shooter. Probably, in my opinion, the first great shooter because I know a lot of people say GoldenEye was that. I don't know. I personally didn't think that game was that great in my opinion. This game is actually good. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of Halo, but I can even admit that this game is good. And I did play through the some of the story mode, but definitely multiplayer. But man, just like this game changed everything. Like all the modern shooters can kind of take a little bit from this game. And I know this probably took a little bit from GoldenEye, but like this is like man, this I can't even say enough about this game. This game changed things. Like it's a little bit like Mass Effect. I feel like a lot of games take from this game. Um, I thought the story mode was very good in this game though, actually. But even though I didn't play through the whole thing, but like I said, in terms of impact, when this game first dropped, bro, everyone was playing it. All if you were a dude and you had friends, you probably played this game at some point. At some point. I didn't even have an Xbox. I did not even have an original Xbox to like almost till the Xbox 360 came out. But man, this game was something else. Let's move on to the next one. Bro, Impact. When I think of Impact and I say the word Impact, this is a great list of games. Like, man. But anyways, when I when, when I think of Impact, man, when this game first came out, I remember I saved $60 to pay for it, which was so much money at that time. That's still a lot of money. That's still a lot of money, but that's pretty much what I pay for gas nowadays. But like, bro, when this game came out and I was in like middle school or whatever, oh my gosh. You could tell it's revolutionary when they had to like explain it. Duke It Out is your favorite Nintendo characters. Nowadays we all know what the deal is. But like, bro, when this game came out, man, it was something else, dude. It was like the amount of replayability, it was just like something we never seen before. Like the type of fighting game. Because I was never really into like the Tekken style fighting games where it's like you're like super close and crap. I was never really into those types. I play a little bit of those more now, but this game, like the style, the fact that you could use your favorite characters, cool, your favorite Nintendo characters, it just made this like such an experience, man. This was just something else. I remember when this first came out, it was like the days before it was online, da 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 da. So you can just imagine you just playing it at home with your friends, but man, I don't know what it is because I swear if you play this game now and you play Ultimate, you probably think this game is trash. But like man, when this game first came out with the items and it was just it was blockbuster. When this game came out, it was blockbuster, man. Like just amazing. Like just you what can be said? Now I think this is my personal favorite as a child of all the games that came out. I think this one well, this one's one of my favorites. I think we'll get to the other one. But man, this was when this came out, this is how you know you old. When this came out, man, this was sensational, man. This was sensational. It was just like unbelievable. I swear, dude, those early games, man, those devs, dude, they were taking risks back in the day, dude. I feel like they play it too safe now. But man, back in the day, dude, they were coming out with some revolutionary stuff, man. When this dropped, my gosh. Okay, next game, San Andreas. Is this the last one? This is the last one. So this is the last great game I feel like that I've witnessed in my lifetime. Last truly what I believe is just like a revolutionary game. Now I know Grand Theft Auto has come out with other ones, and I also considered Red Dead in this list. with all the Rockstar games. I think San Andreas for me sticks out above all the others. It was just like a vibe, dude. San Andreas was like a vibe, dude. Like few games like take themselves into like reality like this game did. Like this game became like real life. Like this game was like people were repping this game, like Grove Street, like dude, everybody knows about that. Like, dude, you can't really name a street in the new games and characters and things like that. No one really cares. But like, dude, in this game, it was like Grove Street, Big Smoke, dude. How could you forget Big Smoke ordering like 30 meals at like in the McDonald's in the game or whatever this place was called, Cluckin' Chicken or whatever. But man, when this game came out, man, just the lifestyle, the biking, the controls, the gang life. It's kind of crazy because you're like a lot of these things are bad in real life, like gang violence and like whatever, stealing cars and crap. But like it was almost like we could experience life as a criminal because most of us don't want to go to jail. But it's almost like we could experience life as a straight up criminal, and it was like super fun without the repercussions of actually going to jail. That's how I can explain this game. It's like the dark side of you in a video game. All the things that you wanted to do but can't, it's like you can do it in this game. Um, San Andreas was just sensational, man. The fact that you could work out, it was a real RPG. The levels, especially the first world, the first like area you're in, man. But man, this was a heck of a game. I actually really like most all the GTA games. I think they're all really good. I'm a big fan of GTA, but this one for me, like I said, when it first came out, it was just something else, man. Like Grove Street, it was just. Now I think the game ended a little weirdly, but people I think still play this online even today. But man, yeah, guys, these are the best games I've ever played. These are what I consider the best video games ever. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys think I missed some. I know there's like tons that people are thinking about. Unreal Tournament I think deserves a shout out. Um, because when that came out, that was pretty big. Obviously, Red Dead 2 I think is pretty sensational. But again, I didn't I wanted to just pick the best Rockstar game. I'm trying to think of any others I think are great. There's some great sports games like FIFA, whatever. Uh, but yeah, I don't no other games really pop in my mind. I guess Mario games, but I don't know. Those weren't like as I don't know. For some reason, they just didn't hit as hard as these for me. Uh, yeah, no other games really pop up in my head that I feel like were just like great like that. I've played a lot of games. I love Fire Emblem. I'm a huge Fire Emblem fan, but like these right here are just something else. Um, yeah, it's like the Mount Rushmore of games. Zelda, again, just ahead of its time, dude. Just unreal, almost. I borderline haven't played a game this good since. Like just overall, like this game is just something else. Breath of the Wild, phenomenal, dude. Probably the best Switch game, definitely best Nintendo Switch game, no doubt. Halo. Like I said, I was not a huge fan, but man, this changed gaming. This was just when this came out with the X. This is when Xbox Live came out too. You got to remember that. This is when the history games used to not always be online. That's for dang sure, bye. But man, when this came out, this was game changer. And again, this was before COD. This is before COD really blew up. But man, when this came out, it was something else. Super Smash Brothers, like I said, is probably the best all-time fighting game in my opinion. Although I think Ultimate is a better game, but I think in terms of like its time period and when it was released, this game was just unreal, bro. Unreal. Especially if you were a fan of like the Nintendo characters or Pokemon, dude. That game was just unreal. I guess that's another shout out. Pokemon, the early Pokemons were special too. I would say that's an honorable mention. Pokemon like Red and Blue, those were great games too. Um, and then yeah, we have Grand Theft Auto. I just think this game is revolutionary, very controversial. You gotta respect the early game developers because, like I said, dude, they were ballsy with what they did, dude. I absolutely respect that. I feel like they play it too safe. You'll notice there's not a whole lot of new games on this list right now, and it's because there hasn't been really any games recently besides even Red Dead. I feel like there's too much horse riding. I feel like the game's a little bit too slow for me. But I really like Mass Effect 2 as well. That's another shout out. I love Mass Effect 2. The game's super lit. I should probably put that one on the list. That's actually like dang near my favorite game. But yeah, man, I've been through it all. Played hundreds of games, but yeah, these definitely stick out to me. That's it for this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Had a lot of fun making the best video and the worst. Check out the worst video games ever list I compiled. Again, if you guys have any questions or want to talk, chat, whatever, just let me know. Have any topics, whatever. Peace out.